It's Week 7 of the National Football League, and we've got Pat Surtain. He's putting together an incredible season, now in double digits with 10 picks. It's the Ravens and the Rams, under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Herbert going to go to the air right away. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Herbert now. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A chance for Waddle on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first-half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but if he keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Brandon Graham, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Willis's throw is taken in by Waddle. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 42. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Willis will look to pass again here. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 18 Another try after the 1st down sack. Willis, it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there, pushes this to 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an 8-play drive gets him down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Herbert. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still can prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Ravens at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Now Willis to throw. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 61 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Willis. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
You always worried about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Let's go.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, it's Willis. That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
On 1st down, Willis. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Brandon Graham. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Willis on 3rd and long. That'll be caught. It's Toney. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Here we go with Kamara. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Moss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They were just trying to get their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From his own end zone, Herbert. Going deep for Hopkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Third down, here's a run by Moss. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was a 3rd and long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Now, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tariq Woolen coming in and dropping for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Waddle now to return it. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Willis. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Max Crosby, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed cross. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Rams going to take over late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This is taken at about the 14. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see.
Let's go.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Third down, it's Willis. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Jefferson as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yep. Explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Lots good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. Cooper Kupp, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And the rushing numbers should tell the story of why they trail at the half. They're still in single digits in yardage as a team through 2 quarters of play. That's not good. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taking it about the 1. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards. But, hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Willis. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
On 2nd and goal, Willis. This pass nabbed by Waddle along the sideline. And he is out of bounds here. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
3rd and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Kadarius Toney, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Herbert. Open man is Bourne. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here on these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
about why they struggled so far? They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. Yards, we'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
That caught by Trimble. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Herbert now. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. Touchdown, Rams. Kendrick Bourne. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return, Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all the way up just shy of midfield before going out of bounds at the 49. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They run. It's Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. The busy night continues for Kamara, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Kamara up the middle. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Willis on 3rd and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Now Willis on 4th down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Daxton Hill picks it off. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 50, here's Herbert. Out right to Bourne. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Finding Moore on the out route for the completion. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them. They're
trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And some room to roam now. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now it's Herbert. Touchdown! Kendrick Bourne, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 71 yards rushing now for Kamara. It's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
4th down, Willis. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Herbert on 3rd down now. That pass complete to Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Herbert throwing again. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Going on 4th down, here's Willis.
Escaping the pressure right. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Now Willis.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
Got the connection here to Bourne. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. From the 25 on 2nd down, Herbert.
Pass complete once again to Bourne.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mack. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense